Alright, what is good, boys? Welcome back to live demo trading. Um, Today is October 22nd. It's currently 3 in the morning. We are on GBP USD again. And today on GBP USD, we are looking for a little bit of a long move, a little bit of a pop higher, and then we can go and try to take a long up to this 30-minute and 15-minute gap right here. Maybe even just this 15-minute high, but we'll look into that. And the reasoning behind this is obviously off 2 a.m. CPI news, we rip lower. So off this, really, you don't want to do anything else besides just take a long. So yeah, that's kind of the goal today. And yeah, if price can just go lower, like just the lower price can go right now, the better for us. Only issue right now that makes me kind of not want to take a long is that Euro looks a little weird for taking longs. Euro is not, it's more bearish than GBP, so technically off because we swept these lows on Euro. These are Tuesday's lows. We swept these lows on Euro, but we did not sweep these lows on GBP. So technically on GBP we're leading, but if you just look at the indexes here, on the 15-minute we popped lower, making a little move higher, but on GBP we're just ripping lower. So it really also kind of looks like GBP is the lagging index, and we might just continue this trend lower. But I feel like we could catch a little bit of a reversal here. We just play the stuff right, play our cards right. But yeah, really, right now, price is reacting off this 15-minute gap on Euro and moving a little lower, and is not really reacting off anything else. So yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with right now, bros. The most recent like actual high time frame thing that has been swept is this 1 hour low right here. So on Euro we can maybe continue higher, sweep out this high up here. That's probably as high as I'd see Euro go. And I think we might continue the overall high time frame trend lower. Yeah, but right now we are literally waiting for our confirmation, break of structure, retracement, candle closure, and we'll either long up to this high here or this fair value up here, because I feel like price can maybe react off this 15-minute high and knock it up into the gap, and I would like another earlier target. So I'm thinking if we get an entry, maybe close half our position at this 15-minute high, and just literally close the rest of this gap because there's nothing else to target within this gap. Yeah, literally nothing else to target. Anyways, where's the 15-minute gap start? I might consider closing there. We'll see though. Yeah, okay, so right now, price just tapped into this 1 hour gap. Um, Hopefully this is all we need to push higher. I'd like to get an earlier trade off today because I am really tired and I would like to get more sleep. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Okay, so if we can break structure on this, maybe even get an inverse fair value gap, that would be pretty dope. An inverse fair value gap would set us up nicely for a long with this break of structure. Honestly, if we don't even inverse the gap, I might not take the trade because if we do get any sort of retracement confirmation, the trade would look kind of like this, which is like just it should not look this high when you're taking this type of trade. Should not be a too risky reward. So I'd like us literally on the next handle, continue this bullish trend, keep pushing higher, maybe leave an imbalance down here, but at least invalidate this fair value gap right here on the 1 minute and remove the fair value gap on the 5 minute. Okay, that's good. Yeah, keep ripping higher off that. We have technically broken structure to the upside. But I'm not really gonna count it because it's barely even a break and price literally could just continue lower off this. And then we basically just invalidate equilibrium here. So, yeah. Gotta wait a little longer. Anyways, looks like we're reacting off this. Like, literally, now it's like we could take shorts. But we really couldn't because price is moving way too hard to the downside. Because if you look at it, broke structure, didn't really retrace, then we retraced, and then we sold off hard. So if you wanted to take a short, you'd go like this. There's just no retracement to go off of here, so likely price could literally reverse at like any moment here if you did enter off this. But now price literally just gone through and filled this whole gap. So that might be what we want to send price higher. Don't really know though. Maybe off this move lower, we can form a gap here, give us an easier target to shoot for. That would be nice. Honestly, right now, since this is where we're pushing into the 1 hour gap, this is likely where we're going to target as our first take profit. But the main thing we're shooting for is this right now. Ooh, this could be a little tricky. Because we could inverse the gap, get a good retracement, and get an entry off that. But if we can form a low, that would be good, because then price can just break that without having to break this high all the way up here. Yeah, because the main reason I'm not shorting this is because likely because price has not really retraced into anything, we would probably get a retracement. And because since we haven't gotten a retracement, price could literally reverse and go higher at any moment right now. So yeah, probably don't want to trade with the probability of that happening. Probably want to wait for retracement to get hit, use as or take profit target because we are leading, so we should be able to get that. I mean, we're clearly making like an SMT right here from yesterday's, I know today's 2 a.m. lows. What type of lows are these? Like 15 minute? So it's like 15 minute 230 lows and then like 215 lows. Yo, oh, holy crap. Okay, dude. So low-key, we're selling off pretty hard right now. Euro would have given us a pretty good short to take. Or basically, you would have wanted to short kind of off this previous move off the 15-minute gap. That's what price moved off today. So this kind of was the move to catch. Now we're kind of shooting for more of a retracement setup here. Yeah, because I just don't think you're like, yeah, kind of. I had this mock trade charted out at the beginning of the day. You guys probably saw it. Wouldn't really target here. This is an hourly low there. That already got swept. So, yeah, you wouldn't really target here. You shoot for the first, um, where's the first hourly low? All the way down here, bros. Oh, that's 4 hour. Still though, it is like all the way down here. So I mean, I guess if like you're in with really good risk to reward, you could maybe close at these lows and then shoot for these lows here. Yeah, that could probably work. That's not even a low to target. The low to target would be the low all the way down here. Yeah, so definitely if you wanted, you could close here. But anyways, that's not really important. We're still looking along on GBP USD. We just need a break of structure, 1 minute retracement, and a 1 minute candle closure, and then we'll just take this long. It looks like though we might not get the long move we want. Yeah, price probably is moving off this. Well, as of now, it does not look price or does not look like price wants to flip to bullish anytime soon. Still, though, I'm gonna be patient, sit on the markets for a little bit. Just kind of wait for my setup to pop up. Might start doom scrolling, bro, because like it's just gonna take a while, bro. Price is moving so slow, bro. Like, oh my gosh. Can we move faster, bro? Like, I'm so tired. I got up at 2:45 today in the morning, and I went to bed at like 9:30 or something last night. Do the math, bro. That's not healthy. I'm dying, bro. I'm literally just dying, bro. Okay, we can have price break this high. Yeah, cause here that's totally fine. We can have price break this high and like really you don't even you're not supposed to target there. We can have price break this high and then following that we can have a retrace. So yeah, really we can wait for a break with this high, then get a retracement and take it long off that. But what the heck? I didn't even see this. It's not an hourly low, but definitely price could react off this. It's at least a 30-minute low with a 30-minute cap. So yeah, if you look at it, it's high resistance liquidity. So yeah, we're sweeping that. Now we can target low resistance liquidity. Or maybe we're just getting a 5 minute retracement, or maybe even we'll come back up to this 15-minute gap and then go into the 15-minute gap on our GBP pair. Okay, we inverse the gap on GBP. Looks like, and yeah, no equilibrium. We're just selling off hard again. Yeah, we're getting way more sellers than buyers right now. I feel like the problem right now is that there's no good liquidity to be swept to the point where market movers can actually get like a trade in because any good liquidity sweeps are just so far away. Like there's not really any good places where people would get stopped out at. Like people that are trying to short, there's not many good places for that. So yeah, really, if we can maybe get down to these lows, that would be pretty nice. But like There's just nowhere for the market movers to want to enter right now. It's kind of the issue we got, but still though, that's really just saying that since there's nowhere for them to really enter, we might not get a move. But if we can get all confirmation, by all means, we're still gonna take that long. Okay, let's see. 15-minute happens. Um, Looks like we could maybe form this 15-minute gap a little closer to market open. That would be pretty nice. The heck is this low about? Gotta break this high now, buddy. Okay, so now to be real, I would like it if almost, it's kind of annoying, but I would like it if we can almost stay below this 15-minute gap for the next 15 minutes until 3:30. The gap gets fully formed. Then we get our confirmation, then we just long into the gap, and then price literally can just reverse off that. If that's what happens, I'm so happy with that because that's pretty easy and predictable. But yeah, we already swept lows on Euro. We're sweeping lows in GBP. This should not be too hard of a move to shoot for. Tuesday, 21 years. Bro, there's no way we're not. Okay, you need to find an SMT on the hourly. So there's Wednesday, 9 a.m. lows, and there's Tuesday, 17 lows. So where's Wednesday, 9 a.m. lows? Um, Shoot, is that. How did I get Wednesday? Oh, dude, this is from last week. Oh, shoot. So last week's Wednesday at 9 a.m. lows. Last week's Wednesday, 17 lows. We might not even want to take a long off this, bros. Like, we're literally just getting our confirmation without any good retracement, and price probably is going to go sweep at this low. So, okay, now this kind of gets a little trickier. Do we have lows here that are being swept? Like this Tuesday's 17. Yeah, okay, I see now. Okay, oh, but these are actually getting swept. These are last week's Tuesday lows. These are last week's Wednesday lows. We're sweeping last week's Tuesday lows on Euro and we're not on GBP. But if you think about the more recent, this could maybe be a thing to send GBP higher than Euro, but news might cook us for that. But if you kind of just go and almost ignore this sheesh, then price literally could just get rid of this stuff to make it easier. Technically, there's this Tuesday 17 lows, and there's this or this Tuesday's previous day lows, and this Tuesday's previous day low here. And as you can see, GBP is way below, and Euro is way above. So, as of right now, Euro is the leading index, and GBP is the lagging index. So, now it's almost like we do want to take a short off of this, because GBP is continuously lagging. And yeah, so we might want to take a short off the 15-minute gap. But we at least needed the 15-minute gap to take a short. Um, but I still feel like we can get along here. But definitely, as of right now, we are in extremely bearish market conditions. We have the lagging index. So on like the higher time frame, on basically the daily time frame, we're the leading index, but that doesn't help us. We need 1 hour and maybe 4 hour SMTs to move price right now. Okay, I just don't want price to get up into here before, like, I don't want price to get up into here in the next 8 minutes. Like, I want this gap to fully form. Then we can either target it, or we can just go and get a reversal off it. Because if we take a short, we're just shorting down at this hour below and this 1 hour gap, and we're calling it a day. Because this stuff over here is technically low resistance. I mean, no, that's definitely high resistance liquidity. But yeah, it's just technically just junk. Just junk. Okay, we're inversing this gap pretty hard. We break and retracement. So yeah, we're waiting for that. Okay, I mean, if we go and we inverse this whole gap, it's whatever, but I want to have price break structure. Then after we break structure, I want a retracement. But now, it just looks like we're going to sell off hard again and keep going lower. It really does, bros. Euro, I'd want longs, but I'd obviously wait for a break of structure. Um, I mean, maybe on Euro, I'd enter if we get a candle closure that gives us an inverse gap, because we already got an inverse gap. Now we're retracing into this fair value gap, and if we get a candle to invalidate this gap or break structure, that would be a pretty good entry for Euro. But we don't trade on Euro, so that's not really it. But yeah, kind of we are looking for a long on Euro. Ideally back into this 15-minute gap or up to this hourly high up here, which would be all the way up here. So this situation's kind of weird. We did inverse a pretty strong fair value gap. Now we're getting equilibrium. So off this, it's kind of a weird trade, but there's no fair value gap. It's just purely equilibrium. And then you got to target price going back to the gap, which the gap's not really even formed yet. So yeah, that's not really something I want to go for. I want price to give me a break and then retrace, because usually an inverse gap does not matter nearly as much as a break of structure. It can work sometimes, but most of the time that's because later on we end up getting a break of structure. But it's kind of like 50-50 if it works or not, I feel like. We haven't even broken structure to the upside on the 1 minute, so we're just in the most bearish order possible. Okay. Oh, bro. Okay, can we just break structure to the outside on the 1 minute? Uh, bro, like I would take a short. You can't really just enter off market open when price is just in a trend because that like it's just not that strong of a junk to use. I mean, price is still above this low right here. So, yeah, we could form a higher low and then break structure to the upside. Then get that retracement we're looking for. Or if the trade isn't that good, we literally have price at the gap and then price just moves lower. So yeah, probably we'd get price to hit this low off this OG trade that would have had to be taken before market opens when I wasn't even really looking at anything. But yeah, from what I said before, I was wrong. We are like pretty much most definitely the lagging index on GBP, and we are in bearish market conditions. So really, we're just waiting until this 15-minute gap is formed, which forms in the next 3 minutes after this candle, and then two more, and then we want price at the gap, and then we want our normal confirmation that we get for a normal entry. And then from there, we short down to these lows if we can. If we can't, we're literally just shorting down to these lows here. Mainly because there's nothing else to target besides maybe all these 30-minute draws here and here. I think we just about swept these 30-minute lows. We have a 30-minute gap right here, but that's not really where price is going to end up reversing off of. Okay, to be fair, this is setting up pretty nicely for a long. I know we are on the lagging index, but I do still think if we get a good confirmation, I would like more of a break. But if we get, yeah, okay, this is like just maintain this. This is a good break. We break structure on the 1 minute with a pretty good displacement candle. Then we get like fair value gap retracement or something like that. And we're not in the gap. And then we get a good little one-to-one risk reward trade. Then that's something I would consider entering in off of. But literally, price could just rip up here before we even get an entry, and then it's just easy. We follow our plan, take shorts, because technically it's not in our plan to long on the lagging index, and the better and bigger move is likely going to come off price reacting off this 15-minute gap. That, yeah, will easily get formed within, literally after this candle closes, we form the 15-minute gap up here, and that's literally just our next target. Equilibrium lies down here. Order block technically lies down here. I would like it a lot better if we form the fair value gap here, which it looks like we could honestly likely do. Okay, bang. We just formed the 15-minute fair value gap here. We formed a 1-minute fair value gap here as well. So off this, we want price come back into here, tap into it, and then we just want a bearish closure or bullish closure. And then off that, we will take a long up to this 15-minute gap. And as a take profit too, we're probably just gonna have to see where that goes. But looks like we just tapped into the 15-minute gap. Yeah, okay. So now this changes things. Now we literally are just gonna flip our buys and go for shorts because we already got the 15-minute retracement or higher time frame retracement I was looking for. Now we just want to go take shorts. So 15-minute lows here, kind of a good target. But yeah, if we get a retracement now, that's not something I want to enter in off of. The only way I was considering taking a long on the lagging index in this situation was if we could get in before we tap into the gap, but we already did. So now really we don't want to don't want to long. I mean, like, we maybe could, but, like, we really just don't want to. Oh, bro, I'm actually craving food right now. I'm so hungry. Okay, so here is a little weird. We don't have a good low to use as our break of structure, so we might have to use an inverse fair value gap, which that also sucks and is pretty bad because technically for the inverse fair value gap to work, we need to invalidate both of these gaps here and have price close all the way below here. But as long as we can form another low, have price break that with good displacement, and then retrace, then boom, easy short. And we don't really have to short down to these lows either. We can literally break this and then have price get all the way down to these hourly lows. But yeah, I don't think price is gonna want to move any higher, bros. Like this literally is the retracement we needed. I feel like to send price lower. I really do want us to form a low right here so we can break and then be looking for some confirmation. Yeah, but I feel like what's going to give us a good target is the fact that Euro probably still wants to likely sweep out this low and this low because that's like really all we got today. Where does it look like that low lies here? Kind of looks like this low lies about here on GBP. Eesh. Kind of looks like the final lie when prices sweep lies here. Kind of. Price already swept those lows. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, literally, yeah, like I was saying, if we invalidate here, invalidate all these imbalances, that's good enough for an entry. We don't need a break of structure. You get below here too, that's Fibonacci, that's even better. Dude, do not give me a retracement now. Oh, that would honestly suck. But we form the low, and then now, like, we close bearish. We just take it off this without even a change of order flow. Yeah, bro, the next, like, recent actual target would be this 1 hour gap if it forms. But if it doesn't, we're literally like trying to bet on price going all the way back up here. It's just not gonna happen. It's likely just gonna consolidate and not even get all the way back up there. Bruh, but like this literally looks like a picture perfect long. I'm not joking. If you ignore 15-minute gaps, this looks like a picture perfect long. It looks like such a good long, bros. Oh my gosh. It looks like such a good long. Oh, bro, I hate days like this. We're not that we're not like prices are moving in the way I want it. It's that literally it's taking so long to find a trade to take. And I think I've been shorting all week. Oh, what was tomorrow like? Or not tomorrow. I know Monday was like, what was yesterday like? What was the problem with yesterday? That, yeah, we've literally been shorting all week. The problem was that we, like, did something where we entered late, and we literally, like, I entered a candle before we were hitting our take profits, and that doesn't mean we ripped lower as soon as I entered. That means literally we were a few pips away from hitting my take profit, so there's nothing to close for at take profit one. So I had to aim to close all my junk out at take profit two. I feel like I'm like literally overcomplicating this stuff. Okay, the lows for price to break are looking better. I really hope that trade there does not, like the long trade does not end up playing out, because if it does, that's like 2 days in a row where just sticking to the OG like 1 hour high to 1 hour low strategy would have worked. Or 1 hour high to 1 hour low, 1 hour low to 1 hour high strategy. Like in literally adding nothing else, this is a case where it would have worked. But there's also other days where, like, or other weeks where literally doing that would cause you to lose almost every single trade that week. So yeah, there's also that. Hmm. Looks like this setup's playing out here, bros. That's really unfortunate. Yep, looks like price is probably gonna tap into this 15-minute gap or 30-minute gap. And I mean, maybe this will be the move to send price lower. But yeah, it just does not look that good for us. Um, bro, what? How do we still have this hourly gap right here. I'm so just gonna ignore that. But we have this massive hourly gap right here that could be used for shorts. Now though, yeah, charts look like a mess. This is a 1 hour gap take profit target, which likely if we hit the 30-minute gap, this is where price would reverse off of and go higher. So we could that would be a pretty good take profit point. And then also there's this 1 hour gap here that price could technically also reverse off of, but I think we filled that like way too hard. Like this is just not, I can't use it as a target. That doesn't mean price won't move off it, but like I literally can't use it as a target in the slightest. Well, now we're just gonna go up and invalidate this 15-minute gap anyways. Maybe we can move off sweeping this 15-minute high, but I'd like price at the 30-minute gap, and then we can just look for a little bit of a short. I feel like yesterday we shouldn't have targeted the 15-minute gap because you're not supposed to use like the two confluences I've added since I've started the strategy is 30-minute fair value gaps and 15-minute fair value gaps. I added 15-minute fair value gaps basically based off last week and what happened there, where I lost literally every trade that week and blew my funded within a week because price just kept moving off of 15-minute fair value gaps and it kept causing me to lose. So yeah, now like literally we just have to be patient, and of course once I start getting used to the 15-minute gaps, price just kind of doesn't really move off them anymore. But it waits to the 30-minute gap now, which is what I would have normally used in the reverses. So yeah. How's longs looking on here? It's really choppy. Yeah, but I want price to go higher. Like I know it's like not in the direction of where I'm gonna bet on price to go, but I want it to go higher, sweep at least these 15-minute highs so then I can get a lot better of an entry. Okay. I might literally just pause the recording here, save you guys the trouble, because it's gonna take forever till we get our confirmation. And I'll literally just um unpause and continue playing the recording once we get like or yeah, once we like actually get entry confirmation, we're like just waiting for candle closure to enter. So yeah, I'll see you guys in like a couple minutes. Okay, bros, we're actually back on here. I really am not the biggest fan of this, but you know, we gotta go for it. We close bearish here. We gotta go for this trade. Has all our confirmation. Okay, hold on. Let me set this up just a little better. Okay, we're gonna enter in with this. Um, I don't like this trade that much. Mainly because the reversal confirmation we were using, it's no longer there. That's the problem. We're really choppy right now as well. We barely broke structure to the downside right here, but we did break structure to the downside. We tapped into the fair value gap, and now price is moving lower off the fair value gap because we got a candle closure. But literally, this could just be a 5-minute retracement to send price higher. And price could maybe want to hit the fair value gap, but ooh, ooh. Yeah, price could maybe want to hit the fair value gap. But okay, so the first partial is gonna get closed here. I think we go for like 370. See where that puts us. If we take profit one. Remember, we're buying back the junk. I do not like that fair value gap though. But yeah, now maybe this could be the move that sends us lower to get down to the zone. Yeah, this could be the move to send us lower to sweep these lows on Euro and hit this gap on GBP. Maybe. Um, well, we probably were up like $100 down there. Oh, dude, 370K, bros. I don't really know how much we would get if that ends up hitting. Okay, so hopefully we can tap into the gap. And then we'll literally just buy back all our junk and we'll be freaking chilling. Bad day, take profit. Bang. Holy crap. Finally. Bang. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude, we finally took a win. Bros, we finally took a win. It's real. It's real, bros. 9 trade losing streak. Oh my gosh. Oh, we actually did it. We finally captured a win. Holy frick. You only took a million dang years. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm so glad I answered and did not just skip out just because it didn't look that good. Okay. Now we're literally just looking for a take profit two to be fully up. If this hits, we're up 18 bucks, but really we're looking for an hourly target. Our next hourly target, we maybe could have targeted here, but really it's hourly gap. You kind of got to target it. That's what would have given us a take profit on Monday. Tuesday kind of is moving a little past it. But we'll see if we can close it this low here. So really, we're waiting for any type of break of structures to the upside, and then I'm just gonna close out of the rest of my position. Because really, we want to get price to go as low as possible. We want to stay with this move to the very end and capitalize on all this. But yeah, that was literally perfect unit close. Got me 200 off for take profit. This is technically take profit too. But yeah, I really usually on my take profit too. What I was doing before is I was taking profits like wherever I really wanted to is to take profit too. Just anywhere the price would reverse off of. Because you don't need the take profit to money, it's just like giving you extra junk. I'd like to make the 30 though. And to be real, if bro, price probably will move lower off this. It could move lower. Price probably will move lower off this. If it does though, then we're closing here. Yeah, but literally, if we inverse a fair value gap or break structure to the upside at any point in time, we're going to go ahead and we're going to close out of our full position and we'll call it that. This is the last take profit I really have here because beyond this, it's just tons of just massive imbalances. I mean, even if we go down to here, it's only like $77. So, to be real, if price gets down to here, to this gap, we definitely should probably full close. But yeah, also if price forms a gap here and validates it, we're just gonna close out our position, secure like an extra 10 bucks. Because yeah, if we go up here, we're just missing out like $2. It's not that big of a deal. I'll just put it down here. Yeah, so we'll just see what we do here. We could maybe reverse off this. And yeah, we're trying to like bottom take this move, really. We also literally could react on this gap, go even lower. Um, yeah, but it is already 4 o'clock. So really, I would like price. I'm not gonna do um my journaling yet. I would like price to inverse this gap. So then we can get off the charts here. But dude, it's look at the time. It's 4 in the morning. Sit on for the full hour to take a trade. But we finally took a trade. Only took a million years. Okay, let's see. Probably better close out of this. I hate how we just barely respected that. That is so annoying. We're missing like out on actually a lot of profit. I mean, still though, price could move lower. We really are just seeing if price decides to yeah react off the gap or not. When did we enter, bros? 355. I was sitting on here when it was just chopping it up, like debating whether or not I would even trade. But nah, there was definitely a freaking trade to take. I mean, I don't. If we get below these lows again, I might just full close because I do not feel like sitting on here for another like until like 410, waiting to see if we break structure or not. If we're not bearish on this candle, I'm literally just gonna close out of my position and then just like go to sleep. Because I still gotta log my trade on Trade Tracker. Holy crap, let me go over my trades here. The last time I took a win was Monday, September 29th. It wasn't even a real win. And from the real win that the last real win that I took was also I want to be at like $20. So just like okay, sure. 18 bucks. Well, let's secure like $18 of profit. Okay. There we go. Off that, made about $220. Pretty good. Basically, this was our trade all the way down to here. And we closed once price pushed below these lows. So, probably price is going to maybe move a little lower. Still, it's like, it's an extra like 20 bucks. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like the big hit is take profit one, which we hit that. So, the last time I took a real win was September 29th. About a month ago. It was a Friday. We made about $190. Only a take profit one. Um, and from there we lost September 30th, and then October we took a loss. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 losing trades. If you count yesterday, which was basically break even. 10 losing trades. Right? Yeah, 10 losing trades in a row. But finally, it's starting to work. I had a feeling we were due. I'm not expecting this. So what's like the exact number we're at here? Looks like about 222, 18. Yeah, looks like about 222. Yeah, zero fees. Followed my plan, took good profits and hit both take profit 1 and 2. Oh gosh dang it. Oh my gosh, you guys have no good how good it feels to actually see your account in the green again. Like, jeez. Okay, well, yeah, that's gonna do it for today, bros. Literally, look at this prediction of price movement here. Literally bottom tick this sheesh. If we break structure to the upside and start moving higher, we literally bottom tick this sheesh. Hit all of our take profits. Just amazing day. Honestly, could have shot for these lows, but yeah, no, realistically, this is where prices could move off of that ourselves a little bit and hit a nice little that dead on 1-to-1 there. So that was pretty good. And yeah, that'll do it for today, bros. And hope you guys enjoyed this live trading. Um, Probably on the recording, I'm gonna tell you guys to skip to like maybe how long ago was this? Like yeah, I'll tell you guys to skip to like 45 minutes on the recording to actually catch me placing the trade. And yeah, that'll do for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the trading recap. Made about $220 today. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for trade recap. Or not trade recap, for our live trading day on October 23rd. So I will catch you guys then.